Hey, what's going on, everybody on YouTube? EXO coming at you here, feeling extra fresh on this beautiful sunny day. Could have really used a day like this to kind of lift up the spirits, if you know what I'm saying, because we've got some stuff to talk to you guys about. No fancy music or video editing, just me and you one-on-one talking. Now, if you're new to the channel, you may have noticed that we were right in the middle of a massive car audio build, 818s, 1018s, who even knows at this point, but a lot of power was involved, and the Ford Expedition was the project vehicle, and things started to go a little one way, things started to go this way. Lots of different ideas started brewing and problems started stacking up. And then behind the scenes, things started to kind of suffer a little bit. So we're going to talk to you guys about that in this video and kind of share with you publicly which direction, we're going to take and what it's going to involve. So bottom line, I think we may just be starting from a blank, fresh slate. New vehicle included. Sometimes the best thing to do is just go with your gut and get some stuff done. Awesome feedback on Facebook, really people showing their support for our decision to switch vehicles. And the last step in the process of getting these alternators out of here. All 5 Iragi 300s need to be removed from the truck, and we can get her out of here and get something new going for a blank slate and really help with the motivation factor. So I figured I'd do a little laid back EXO style video, removing everything that you guys see up here. It's kind of a process, but we can get it done here in no time. And we got a couple cameras rolling. I'm just gonna go ahead and remove this serpentine belt. 149 inches long this belt is. You'll see it once I get it done. I can do this all by hand because the damn thing has been giving me, oh gosh, got pinched, I'm pinched. Oh. The belt's a little loose. We sometimes lose a rib on full draw. That's why I unplug some of these alternators and only run a few of them at a time. The big boy belt still on the crankshaft. Hold on a second. Gotta go down there. Always such close quarters when you're working with base vehicles. There she is. 149 inches of headache. All the wires were fused going to the back. 2 banks of JY 80 amp hour lithiums and a whole AGM bank back there. I often get comments from people who are like, what the hell do you need 5 alternators for? Well, kind of self-explanatory when you see the subwoofers that once were in there. It's like, holy crap, look at those speakers and subwoofers and all that crap. It's right in your face. When you get the comments from the suggestions page of people like, this is totally unnecessary, this is what's wrong with society, people spending money on useless crap that only is a disturbance of the peace. I touched base on that a little while ago, that we don't do all this just to annoy you and to wake you up in the middle of the night. I got trophies up here that really are the reward for me. I don't get rewarded from pissing people off or making people's heads turn. And that's why a lot of this whole truck was a big conflict for me, because at one point, this was the biggest joy I've ever had in life. I was so thrilled to come out here every day and to do stuff on it. And then as 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, now we're on 7 years with this truck. Some of that excitement has gone away, and combined with the engine problems that we're having and just the fact that it has a lot more stuff that needs done financially to it besides the sound system, my excitement was gone. And I started thinking about other people's opinions before my own and other people's thoughts before my own. And this whole project turned into, all right, I have to get Frankenstein done. Everybody wants to see it. Everybody's expecting to see it. I have to do this. I have to do this. Even though in my heart, I really just wanted to do what I'm doing right now. Rip everything out. Ow! Rip everything out and start from scratch. And that's kind of where everything has turned today. I was kind of afraid to bring this up publicly because sometimes when people watch a certain amount of videos on something, they feel invested. They almost feel, I don't want to use the word entitled, but some people do. And some people feel as if, they got a little piece of this in themselves. So I've had people upset with me, disappointed with me for not doing certain things that they wanted to see. So that was really the driving factor of me wanting to please other people. And I was putting them before myself, and I was kind of suffering. My happiness was kind of suffering. and my lack of motivation started to increase, and my stress started to increase. It's just one of those things, you know, you have to do what's best for you and what, you know, will keep things going in a positive way. I'll just take out the wires one by one. These are our charge wires that are going from the fuse blocks. All of these have ceramic 500s. That's why they're white. And it just helps with heat, keeping things cooler, and you wouldn't ever get anything like melted like you see with those install bay. Everything's dead, nothing's live in the truck, so I can just do this no problem. So competing with this was definitely a fun time. You know, we won some championships with her. We did some great demos with her. I think it's only, you know, befitting that we kind of shift tides here and undo the first alternator. This was the biggest surprise I have ever had in my entire life. When we put it into the shop over at Iragi's, I was expecting something grand. They tricked me the whole time into thinking that I was only getting like 2 alternators or 3 alternators. I think it was a couple alternators. And I was like, crap, man, the whole reason why I went with you is so we could put a whole crap ton of alternators on there, because I switched from DC power and because Iragi was gonna fit more than anyone else possibly could. So I was like, yeah, let's do it. And so when they tricked me and said that I was only gonna freaking have a few alternators, I was so disappointed. They went with that joke for a long time. And then when they revealed it, I was just blown away.
You son of a...
Basically, they surprised me with all 5 of these alternators, but at first I only saw 4.
There's 5 of them! There's 5 of them on there! He was f***ing with me, pulling my chain!
At the time, I was living down with Richard, and because Richard didn't have all the tools to build Frankie, the wall, the freaking door pods, Iragi actually stepped up and said, hey, you can use my tools over at my shop, and I'll help you out along the way. So I was like, holy shit. I was just kind of getting started into using power tools. I always did everything kind of janky by hand, and so I accepted the offer, man. I was already in Tennessee, gained some great knowledge, gained a great alternator setup, and for the past 7 years have been rocking my Iragi 300s. Just having a few of them plugged in has been doing great for me electrically, but when I do plug all 5 of them in, the belt that I mentioned in the first part of this video that was 149 inches just started to stretch because there was so much rubber material. But here we are, first Iragi out, and we'll switch over to the next one, man. Oh, alternator just took a little tumble on the floor. Whoops, sorry about that. All right, so here's the second one. Now, personally, in your years of, you know, seeing all this kind of stuff, what's the most amount of alternators you've ever seen on a single vehicle? Kind of wanted to talk to you guys about right now is I'm going to be choosing a new vehicle, but I'm not going to be choosing it solely based on how many alternators I can cram under the hood. This time around, I'm going to pick something that I really like, something that kind of thrills me to actually own. The alternators aren't so big of a problem because of lithium, you know what I mean? I'll go to the show, charge up when I get home. You know, I should have a easier time doing that. So I'm not going to worry too much about, ow, dang it, about crazy alternators. I kind of just wanted to post this video as like just a laid back, you know, chill session. You know, sometimes I get caught up in the editing too much and I try to make everything perfect. And a lot of the time people just want to see some of this, you know, grimy, one take wonder type of stuff. You know, I put in countless hours into editing. So if people can enjoy something like this, that means a lot. So there's the other alternator, another one right there. I'm gonna put this one right up here for now. Should be safe. I have to be aware of something that is a part of my, I think a part of my character. Whew. I get really excited about things and I anticipate things. And I've caught myself in a couple of situations where if I would have just contained my excitement and kind of just, I don't know, let things develop and wait to see how they develop, before announcing things, I could have eliminated a lot of stress for myself. I had such high hopes for this truck. I made videos of ripping everything out. You know, here's the process, here's what we're doing. And, you know, I never really stopped to really ask myself, you know, what do I really want? It's just I was going through the motions of what was easy and what was in front of me. I feel like if I just take the time to let things fall into place and then make announcements, I could eliminate a lot of that. You know what I mean? What do you guys think about that? I just get so excited and want to talk about things and want to share things. I don't know. Maybe sometimes holding that in is best. What the frig? I'm screwing and unscrewing here and it's just not coming undone. But thanks for being a part of the crew here, supporting the channel and helping us grow and growing alongside us. So many of the subscribers that are on this channel end up attending shows. I see how we have an impact in this community, and that is touching to me. And I just want to give you an awesome thank you as I unscrew this bolt. Yes! Awesome. Got her undone. That was a freaking long one. The whole bracket itself, I do gotta say, is pretty simple. You know, it's a simple layout. It's easy to work on. And there is the third alternator. One of the best memories, I think, is when that Russian girl was here over at her house and we were doing some demoing down at our secret spot. And she comes out like, dude, your bass is killing me. And I know that may seem like I'm rambling in this video, but to tell you the truth, sometimes these types of things are more like therapy for me, because I'm a type of person who bottles things up inside. I don't really talk about my personal problems. I've been in so many situations where I regret sharing how I feel inside. And that's something that I have to get over because not everybody's out to get you. I'm almost 30 years old. I'm turning 30. So I've had a bit of thoughts on various topics like my retirement and stuff. Like what am I gonna do with all that? Like I need to start buckling down and thinking of ideas to maximize what I've created. And sometimes that puts me in a spot where I don't want to be because I'm not all about money. I'm not a money-driven guy. And this is really, really killing me. I got to get maybe a wrench in here or something because this is too wide. All right, so I'm just going to try to bend this out of the way here. It should be okay. We're not trying to keep this thing, so there we go. There's the last alternator. Oh, all right, so there's the top 4 all taken care of. Didn't take too long. We were kind of like talking a little bit, but it could have gone a lot quicker if I didn't have the camera here. But that's okay. Not too bad. And now the stock the stock alternator is located underneath this bracket. So in order to get that off, oh boy, yep. In order to get that off, we're gonna have to do something a little different because I took this whole bracket off at one point and kind of realigned things. We had to weld it back on in one place instead of a bolt. It was bolted and then we had to weld it because the threads stripped out. So that's one thing that I'm not gonna be able to probably do today. But we got the alternators out and we got you guys updated. Just trying to clean things up here. We'll get all these out, send them out to be cleaned up, revamped with some new parts, get some fresh amperage coming out of them, and we'll be feeling good for our next vehicle here. Like we said, I don't know, I felt like this video was kind of a little more personal and I opened up a little bit more than I probably would have, but I don't know, I felt like I kind of needed this and, take it with a grain of salt, I suppose, but, thanks for always watching the videos, and we're going to be coming up here with some more lighter notes and some new changes, so stay on the lookout and stay tuned, and thanks for watching, guys. I will talk to you in the next one. Wish me luck for the rest of the day as we get this situated. All right, I'll talk to you in the next video. This is XO, signing out.